Mortgage Alliance. Woohoo!
Do a little tape and then we'll get that always put in there. John's enjoying his vacation, of course, and welcome to Mac TV. Today joining me is Chris Anmack, the manager for broker relations for Eastern Canada. I'm going to do a quick fill-in for Alfonso, who wasn't able to make it, but Chris is always a good amount of knowledge, so we'll be able to share that and how Street Capital can help us and help you do more business. Before we get to Chris and his updates, we're going to talk about a couple things, namely MPC elections are happening right now in Ontario, so very important. Get out and vote, and of course we'd like you to vote for Joe, but Joe's one of a number of members running. It's very important that we have a representative on the board that understands the value of the broker market, understands the industry and how better to move both forward and work together. Joe was actually a member of the board years ago and wanted to get back involved, so make sure you get out there and vote. Voting closes this Wednesday at October the 17th, and if you have not received a link for voting, please email elections@mortgageproscan.ca to make sure that your voice is recorded and heard. So very important. Some of the other announcements: the 4Me program available to all of your customers, automatically sent out on your behalf, free of charge, always good, 10 days after your deal is paid and closed. So don't mention you're going to get a free program and then don't send in your deal for payment. The system only works once your deal is in and paid. 10 days after that, you automatically get it. Not sure what it is, make sure you register for your own free 4Me program. Each of you have received your own code. If for any reason you don't have it, email marketing@mortgagealliance.com. They will help you get your code. Very important to realize this is also regional, so we take into effect regional benefits for different programs. It's not just one national, everything's centered somewhere, so everyone's got that. And going to definitely help keep you guys top of mind. A couple updates on our loan program. Loan program is going very well. It is important that you recognize the different types of loan partners we have. They do take into account some of the just A credit, A lenders, and then we've got our B lenders, which you guys happen to be in that market as well, which is good. But on the loan side of the program, you want to make sure you're sending your customer the correct partner. So we have Borrowell, Leadful, and Fairstone. Go into Mac Studio. The information is there. There are links directly to each of the companies. There's contact information along with their user guides and their main criteria in terms of identifying which customer helps. More importantly than loans, I would think, creditor insurance. So creditor insurance is very important. We made some enhancements just last week. They've kicked in, which included a smoker, non-smoker category, which helped improve the premiums. Partial coverage for mortgages over $500,000. Top-up coverage. So now you've got that ability to top up an existing insurance coverage. So when a customer is refinancing with the lender and they're taking out a bit more money, they don't have to requalify in the whole amount, just the new amount. So the premiums stay very competitive. So very exciting. Again, everything is completely integrated in BOSS, so you know exactly what's going on. So those are the quick updates. Thank you very much for that. And actually now, I'm going to let Chris share with us some of the accomplishments for Street Capital in 2018.
Hello everybody, Chris Anmack. So 2018, I would call it a transitional year for Street Capital. We just passed our 1-year anniversary with our new president and CEO, Duncan Hannay. I would say Duncan's done a really good job figuring out from a baseline standpoint where Street Capital stood when he took over, and then setting a clear plan for where we want to be a true competitor in the industry. I don't know if that's necessarily something that's a visible, tangible benefit that you guys can see, but I can tell you in the background, when you have that sort of plan in place and you know where you're going to be, that it's a big deal for Street Capital knowing what's coming down the pipeline. Also, I would say, just like any other year, same as 2018, we spent a significant amount of time in the marketplace. So we do broker feedback sessions all over the country. You've been a part? Yeah, okay, that's awesome. We sit down along with our RVPs are always in the field, but I would also point out that our VP of credit, our VP of sales, even Duncan, Jeff Marshall, marketing, they all get out into the field to hear directly from brokers, and it's the whole start, stop, continue type stuff. We want to know what we're doing well, what we suck at, and how to get better at it. And we've made some significant changes over the past few years as a result of these feedback sessions. If you're on Street Capital's mailing list right now. We've been sending out some stuff over the last few weeks in regards to changes to policies, procedures, and then also more competitive rates, rate promos. The 399 on the solutions, our B side is another one, which also plays into solutions. Solutions was a big deal for us this past year. Solutions was, our B program was launched, it was our first product launched out of the birth of our bank license. We got our bank license in 2017, but we launched it as a pilot project for everybody. In 2018, we launched it across the country. So we've learned a lot on the applications that we've received through Solutions, and we've expanded. Coming into 2018, we made some changes like allowing you to use child tax benefits to qualify, expanding our lending areas, the appraiser base, the 100% offset on non-subjects. Those are all huge. So it was a learning experience from that standpoint, but B has grown, and the expectation is with the growth of the portfolio and understanding what we can do in 2019, it'll be even bigger.
Absolutely, and I think that's where Street Capital really listens to the brokers, understands what they need, and helps come up with solutions that really, but solutions for helping out all their customers and so forth. So we know what 2018 is. I think there's a lot more for 2019, and I know that the Street's always looking to be in front and help out with things. So what are we looking forward to in 2019?
So another thing that sort of came out of those feedback sessions was we wanted to have a much better not only a broker experience with Street Capital, but client experience. I think you can see a significant investment going into the technology standpoint. That's also one of Duncan, the new CEO and president. It's one of his soapboxes, if you will. So you're going to see, we're following suit along with even what you guys are doing right now, and the technology and the advances that you're making. I think you guys are going to stay competitive. So we'll see that not only from a broker standpoint, but also from a client standpoint. That's something that we're going to enhance. And not only just from a technology, but you'll see that we'll continue to progress with policies and procedures, rates to stay competitive. We want to make a commitment to being a competitive lender in the marketplace, somebody who's going to be steady, not a roller coaster lender. I would also say something that's going to be coming, and it's going to be teased probably in the next coming few weeks. If you guys have, if you're going to be attending MPC, you'll see that we're bringing back trailers. So originally it was called Loyalty, now it's going to be called Loyalty Plus. The reincarnation of this product, you can choose from the outset when you submit a deal whether you want it to go into a trailer program or just keep with the upfront model. You can pick and choose which way you want to go there. It'll work as you get the upfront, and then you'll get, within the first term annually you'll get paid, and then at maturity there's also compensation. So from the feedback sessions, there were a number of people that weren't too happy, especially in today's marketplace, when you look at how hard you have to compete to hang on to a deal, not only before it funds for you the first time, but your lenders, banks are calling your clients 6 months out before they even mature. So just knowing that they have to sign a piece of paper and that you'll continue to get paid on it is a big deal. So that product will be back. Look for the announcement in January 2019, but my expectation is we'll probably tease it at the MPCs in a few weeks from now. And then the other one is we're changing what we call CEO, which is our preferred broker partner program. We're changing it to what's called Prestige. It's been out there in teasers, not only in marketing, emails, but we're going to provide some more color to what that means. The Prestige program, where initially it sort of went out to everybody because we're trying to build our broker base. Street Capital is still relatively a baby. We just passed our 10-year anniversary, but now we're at the point where we've got broker partners who have been supporting us, and we want to support the individuals who have been strong supporters of us. So the types of stuff you're going to get with Prestige when it comes out, not only the dedicated underwriter and document fulfillment specialist, but access to call those individuals. You can call directly Alfonso, the VP of Sales. You can call directly the VP of Credit, Stephen Kissick. But one of my favorite features is actually guaranteed funding. So if your file is set there, we're going to make sure that if you're in our Prestige program, that the funds are at the lawyer on the day of closing, so that we can work it out. The logic behind that is obviously we've built a relationship to determine that you're a stronger partner to begin with. So as a result, we trust your book of business, and that stuff will close. So the funds will be there. No more stress if you're under that program. The other side,
It's always
it is no matter what, but it's good to know that the money's there and ready to go, right? And then the bonus, the benefits. I mean, Street Rewards are still going to be there. That's a 5 bits that'll get paid on any deal you do with us. My friend, shout out to Paul Graywall, who's no longer with Street Capital, he's a consultant, but his favorite line is, if you do enough business with Street Capital, we had an individual buy a car at Street Rewards. So that stuff adds up. Street pricing credits are there to help you buy down rates. I think we've done a good job with that with you guys. Yeah. And then lastly, I mean, the trips and events that we throw are no joke. We do them right. I mean, we took 30 plus brokers to Italy this year. So we were in Tuscany. We've done Scotland. We've done Turks and Caicos. So being a Prestige member at Street Capital, there are rewards. So those types of things, we're going to be improving the Prestige. The loyalty will continue to grow, and then look for some changes not only from policy but technology as well.
Perfect. That's great. That sounds really good. And I know that if you have any questions, just reach out to your RVPs. I mean, we'll have that information. We'll share some of that as it comes through. So a lot of opportunities there.
I should actually, just before we get away from that, if you don't have access to it, so streetcapital.ca is our website. I'm sure it's been sent out, but our password is all caps CEO 2017 with an exclamation mark. All the contacts for RVPs in your area, as well as more in-depth detail on the product sheets and stuff, are all there as well, so you can access that.
Perfect. We'll share that out as well. So obviously the industry has changed quite a bit in the last little bit. What do you think of the challenges that are coming from today and not too far in the future?
Well, I don't know that I can deliver great news. Like, I don't expect that there's going to be a stop in the changes. I don't think the government will stop its crusade to control the pricing of housing. So I would expect more changes. That the difficulty from a broker standpoint, or even a broker house, is continued education for their brokers, because as the changes come down, each lender will react differently. The policies and procedures are not going to be the same across the board, the same with the insurers. So depending on which insurers the brokers, or sorry, the lenders are aligned with, it gets really niche. So the difficulty will definitely be in making the adjustments, figuring out where your book of business fits in, and how your lenders are reacting to see how, I mean, in your last changes, you immediately figured out where to send your business once the policies came out from the lenders and how they were going to react to those things. So my expectation is the changes will continue, and then the education will need to be required. And the education is not just on like Mortgage Alliance as an example. You can look at Street Capital. We are actively in the broker marketplace offering these educational sessions where we'll get in front of you, do the feedback sessions, and help you understand how we're going to react and where your business can fit in. But that's going to be a big part of it.
Perfect. Thanks, Chris. I mean, obviously, as there's challenges, it becomes opportunities. So obviously, with lenders that are dynamic enough to make those changes, there's obviously opportunity. And as brokers, understanding where that lender relationship is, especially with lenders like Street Capital, and having that relationship with RVP to call in, get yourself on that prestige level, make sure that you understand the value of having that relationship is really important. Thanks a lot, Chris. So again, in closing, a couple things. Vote for Joe, and otherwise Joe will come back and remind me I didn't say it, but obviously very important. Make sure you understand the value of the 4B product, make sure the program, make sure the customers are aware of it. That's things that helps retain that relationship for a long-term value. Understand that the loan program is there to help you in helping those customers meet the needs for today and tomorrow, not just mortgages. Log into Mac Studio to get that information. Make sure you offer all of your customers insurance. We know that some lenders are issuing insurance, and customers take that insurance even though that you've waived it. That customer gets insurance at the lawyer's office. They sign it there. Make sure all you have to do is offer it. That's the important thing. So thanks so much for attending today. Thanks, Chris, for joining us, and look forward to seeing everyone next week on Mac TV.